Well, over the next couple of weeks, multiple rounds of snow could impact you. Hi, everyone. My name is Travis Roberts. I'm a former TV chief meteorologist, and if you'd like to keep updated, hit subscribe, because also, if it's not the date you see above, you're watching old data. Click subscribe, and you can get those updates and notifications. Now, let's talk about the changes that are coming. I'm going to back this up to where we are right now. We've got a trough moving through the east. Here's our system across the west that's going to bring some rain and snow here. That'll also move east and affect the weather here Thursday and Friday. And this potential winter storm that you may have heard about that could impact parts of the Northeast, even the Midwest with some heavy snow, it's still way back here, guys. So don't get too hung up on especially where the rain snow line is. It's laughable at this point because it's so far away. We're not even close to narrowing that down, much less if it's going to happen. Now, I think the pattern is there. Look at this. You can see everything digging here across the east in a broad trough. So that is definitely in favor of seeing a winter storm. So let's jump ahead. Here we are on Thursday. This is going to bring some rain and snow to the east. We'll be bringing rain and snow to the southwest with this system as it moves through here. And then it tilts negative once we move toward Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that's going to be our big storm for the east with another storm for the northwest. So very active weather over the next couple of days. So I'm going to run you through the GFS model. Here we go on Monday. This is New Year's Day. A few light snow showers into the Appalachians, into the Ohio Valley, and into parts of the Northeast. A fairly quiet start to the new year. High pressure keeping us dry across the central part of the country, even back into the mountains and into the west. Across the far southwest, we're talking about Southern California. We could see a few showers. I think most of that, though, actually moves into Mexico. Maybe a few sprinkles or snow showers into the mountains of New Mexico. And then we see rain start to break out on Tuesday heading into Texas. Next system moving into the west will start to impact parts of Oregon, California, Washington heading into Wednesday as rain develops across the southeast. Now, it looked like this system here across the Great Lakes, which will bring some snow showers here and into the northeast, would combine with this system here. Now, if you watched last week, over the last several days, I've said, look, this was actually forecast to become a big storm by Wednesday and Thursday this week, several days ago. And I said, look, hold on. This energy here was still way back up in the Aleutians. Talking about Alaska. It had a long way to go. And look, it's not going to form a big storm, but we will see some rain and maybe some snow showers into the Appalachians. Mostly the snow is being caused by this trough it's digging through and some rain showers off the East Coast. And this could bring some light accumulations here in these areas. And then our next system moves into the west. This is what potentially would be our winter storm heading into the East Coast. That'll bring some snow here across the far southwest and then eventually into the plain states. Now, before we get too far, let's talk about the snow across the west. There will be some accumulating snow, mainly the highest amounts into the Sierra and then further south and west. Even some snow into parts of Nevada, into Arizona, maybe the Wasatch, and then eventually into parts of New Mexico and then in Colorado. But then all eyes turn to the east, because this is where things get really interesting once we head into, say, Thursday and Friday. That system moves to the east. It moves toward the Gulf Coast. Maybe some snow into parts of the Ozarks, north into Missouri, into Illinois, Indiana. And this low pressure here is forecast, at least the last couple of runs, to move into the Tennessee Valley. And that's going to bring some warm air north. So warm air headed toward Cincinnati, that likely will bring maybe a mix over to rain. And then on the east side of the mountains, there actually could be some ice here down towards, say, the Shenandoah Valley down into Roanoke. But look at that warm surge of air as our surface low is here across the Ohio Valley. Again, I'm not going to pinpoint exactly where that low is going to be on day 7 here of the forecast models, because, just a shift of a few hundred miles means a huge difference in where that rain snow line is going to be. But look at this. The potential definitely is there if you're in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, up into Pennsylvania, even New York. Look at that. Maybe some heavy snow here. And does it move into the big cities? Do we see snow in New York City? Man, it's going to be close. The I-95 corridor, very close here into the Northeast. And the potential certainly on the table to bring some heavy snow with this system. And look, right behind it, as we watch this system move to the Northeast, there was another system digging into the west with more rain and snow here. And that system potentially could be a Great Lakes cutter. Now, does it do that? That's another thing, that depending on where this first systems go, this system may be further to the east. We could have another snowstorm. Now, the GFS ensembles this afternoon certainly showing the idea of a storm in the east and more unsettled weather in the west. So I think the models are sniffing out that potential for sure. And again, don't get hung up on these numbers too much. A slight shift is going to be a huge difference, but look how close it's going to be to New York City. We're talking about I-95. Yeah, definitely. It could be a big deal. And in interior areas, definitely some heavy snow possible heading through the weekend. And looking at a little closer at some of these numbers, the models are spitting out better than a foot in some spots. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Again, I wouldn't get hung up if I live here, say in southern New Jersey. I wouldn't write it off yet. I also wouldn't say we're golden here in northern New Jersey or even in the parts of Pennsylvania. A slight shift means a huge difference. But this is just data to look at and go, hey, the potential is there, and I think it's worthy of keeping an eye on, and it's something that I'm going to be tracking all week. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll keep you updated from my end as we analyze these models together and take a look at this wild world of meteorology. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great new year, and I'll talk to you soon.